In what many have now described as a terrifying return to violence, the Oriokpa Masquerades have once again unleashed terror in the university town of Nsukka, Enugu State. On Sunday, two separate incidents sent shockwaves across the community, with video showing brutal attacks by the masquerades on innocent road users. One disturbing clip captured the moment a victim was stabbed and flogged unconscious, allegedly for refusing to part with money. Another shows a young man being assaulted as helpless residents watched in horror. These disturbing scenes come just a year after the masquerades were banned, following the tragic beating to death of Miss Blessing Obunna, a young nurse. But despite that ban, the widespread outrage, the masquerades have returned and with renewed brutality. Reacting to the recent wave of violence, the Enugu State government, through the Commissioner for Tourism and Culture, Dame Ugochi Madweke, expressed strong displeasure and vowed that decisive action will be taken. While masquerades are part of our cherished cultural heritage, the statements read, the Oriokpa Masquerades' recent actions are not only unacceptable but a direct violation of the conditions under which the previous ban was lifted. She added that the flogging, harassment and extortion of residents have no place in modern society and that the government is working closely with law enforcement to identify and prosecute all culprits. A comprehensive review of the Oriokpa Masquerade is also now underway, and the state is considering reimposing a total ban if the violence persists. We're tired. The Oriokpa Masquerades have become a menace. This is no longer culture. This is terrorism in disguise. One local spoke to the media. Another added, if you don't run when you see them, you are beaten. If you run, you are chased. Even when you give them money, it's not enough. Mr. Solomon Obeta, a native of Enugu State living in Nsukka, shared his harrowing experience after being attacked by 11 masquerades. They took my money, and because some didn't get a share, they brutally flogged me, he said. This echoes countless testimonies from students, staff, and residents in Nsukka who have either been chased, beaten, or forced to make electronic transfers on the streets or face violence. But this is not new. Reports of the Oriokpa Masquerade excesses date back years. A 2019 story by The Sun described how two Catholic priests were beaten to a pulp by masquerades in Udenu local government area. In another shocking incident, a seminarian narrowly escaped death at the hands of these so-called spirits near Ugoe. Even in 2020, Co-City Connect warned, Oriokpa Masquerade is one you should pray never to meet, for whatever reason. And what's worse, many of those attacked are students of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, UNN. Strangers to the customs, unfamiliar with the rules, and yet treated with unspeakable cruelty. Elders in the community recall a different time when the Oriokpa Masquerade was non-violent, flogging young men lightly as a mark of admiration and never touching women. But now the narrative has changed. One elder admitted, it's no longer what it used to be. Some of the masquerades now attack women and extort students. Some are impersonators. It's disgraceful. Traditional rulers are now being urged to rein in on the madness, punish impersonators, and restore the dignity of Igbo culture. There are also calls for each masquerade group to be assigned community security during outings to deter abuse and maintain order. Because culture should unite, not divide. It should celebrate, not violate. And it must never be used as a weapon against the very people it claims to represent. The people of Nsukka are crying out for help. The government has responded, but will they act fast enough to prevent the next tragedy? This is Cheesy Media Empire, giving voice to the voiceless. If you have been affected by the Oriokpa Masquerade or have a story to share, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth community reports. Meanwhile, police operatives of the Enugu State Police Commands attached to the Nsukka Urban Division, in synergy with the law-abiding members of the community, on June 23, 2025, at about 3:30 p.m., arrested 3 male suspects in connection with a physical assault of members of the public by the Oriokpa Masquerade group on June 22, 2025 in Nsukka, as seen in a viral video. The suspect, along with others still at large, took advantage of the Oriokpa Masquerade celebration to assault several innocent members of the public, inflicting bodily injuries. One of the victims was hospitalized for treatment due to injuries sustained during the attack. The masqueraders initially resisted police arrest and fled the scene. However, with the assistance of law-abiding community members, the 3 suspects were later identified and apprehended. The Commissioner of Police, CP Maman Beatrice Giwa, has ordered a thorough investigation into the case to ensure that justice is served. He emphasized that masquerade celebrations are a sacred and symbolic aspect of culture, but decried the actions of those who exploited the occasion to commit criminal activities. Consequently, CPUR has warned against the use of cultural festivities as a cover for fomenting trouble and committing crimes against fellow citizens, as perpetrated by the Oriokpa Masquerades, assuring the public that all those involved will be brought to justice.